Good morning and welcome to the June Community Coffee, and thank you to the Graceful Arts Center and Gallery for hosting us this morning. If you haven't been here and looked around, you need to do so before you leave. Some upcoming events. There's lots going on in our community right now. The Quilt Shop Hop is still going on until June 25th. At 11:30 today, the Northwest Oklahoma Alliance is hosting their quarterly luncheon in Woodward, and the guest speaker today is Dr. Bob Summers, the director for the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technical Education and Oklahoma's Secretary of Education. So if you are free this afternoon, please join us there. The 24th, get out and vote, please. If you haven't marked your calendar, do that. June 26th through 28th is Fiddler on the Roof Junior at the Act One Theater. June 30th, the Woods County Coalition will host a taco pile-on. So it's a benefit fundraiser for the Woods County Coalition. If you are not aware of what they do the backpack project for kids, fresh fruits and vegetables for the food bank, and other community projects that help with youth and families. And they are also hosting a glow run on August 15th. So spread the word. It's a 5K. And it will start at 9 o'clock at night, which is pretty unique. So if you need any more information, ask me. In July, the Graceful Arts Center will host Arts and Independence Photography. The first Friday Art Walk will be on the 4th. Don't miss the Rotary 4th of July fireworks and activities that will be this year at Hatfield Park. And the Chamber is hosting Crazy Days on the 19th, so we have a lot going on. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Kay Decker to tell us a little bit about the gallery.
Okay. Thank you and welcome. Appreciate everybody coming in, visiting with us this morning. I want to call your attention to the new brochures that are on the tables. We just finished these yesterday. This brochure is part of the Cultural Enterprise District program that Graceful Arts is heading up in partnership with the City of Alva and the Oklahoma Arts Council. This is actually the second year of the program. The first year we spent doing a lot of planning, community input sessions. This is the first major outcome. The Chamber of Commerce also established a standing committee for arts and culture, which is another one of our objectives that we identified from that process. If you'll take a look at this, you'll notice that we included on the back annual recurring events that go on in the community each year. And then on the inside, we have a map that denotes all of the venues, arts and cultural venues around the community, as well as murals. Alva is fortunate to have a lot of public art, and we hope to increase the inventory of public art that we have in our community. That's kind of one of our next steps to pursue with the City of Alva and the establishment of a visual arts commission that can work towards securing funding, private and public partnership types of funding arrangements. So anyway, you're welcome to have one of these. Graceful Arts will be working on the Cultural Enterprise District program for one more year, and after that then we will just work to finish out the plan. We do have a comprehensive cultural Enterprise District Plan. For those of you who may not be familiar with what constitutes the Cultural Enterprise District, it is the Downtown Arts and Shopping District. This plan can be used for grants and contracts with state and federal agencies, and in fact, we've already used it for that purpose and are waiting word back on some of the programs that we've gone after funding to support. So if anybody would like a copy of this in hard copy format, we've got it, and we also have it electronically. As far as programming for Graceful Arts, we finished up 2 summer art camps for kids and youth. Last 2 weeks ago, we have 1 more camp to go, and that will happen the second week of July. And then August, we're real excited about hosting a Lester Raymer retrospective exhibit. Some of you may know about Lester Raymer. He was an artist who was born and grew up in Avard, spent the first 40 years of his life basically here in Woods County, and then moved to Lynnsburg, Kansas after World War II and established the Red Barn Studio and spent the remainder of his life working in Lynnsburg. But he's the one who did the painting of the old courthouse that now is the mural on the courthouse. That was his work. He has a lot of iconic images that we associate with his work. Anyway, we're excited about having that traveling exhibit come from the Red Barn Studio, and so be sure and come and see us in August for that. We are hosting Clyde Elmore, who grew up in Alva, graduated from Alva High School, next month, as well as Jim Ritchie. Many of you probably know Jim. He lives here in Alva. He is a photographer. Clyde Elmore, Dr. Elmore, I should say, is a PhD level biologist. He works at the University of California, Davis campus, and has spent his career working in the field of agriculture. And so he's taken up photography and bringing his stuff back home, and so we're excited about having that with us next month also. We invite any of you to take part in any of our programs that we have going on. We'll start up our fall classes again in September, and we'll have a range of classes for both adults and for children and youth. After school and evening classes. We'll have one-day workshops, a whole smattering of things. We're working on that schedule right now. So again, thank you for coming, and come back and see us. We always like to have folks stop in and tell us what you like about art, what you'd like to see, and let us see if we can bring it here. So thank you.
Thank you. Now an update on the museum education and convention center. Did we get that
I'm
right?
always getting confused. I always change the names. Freddie can't be here, so he told me to tell you what's going on. We are done with the dirt work, and thank you to the County Commissioner Randy McMurphy. He helped with his team to get that done. The next 2 weeks we will get the concrete done, and then we can start building. But to build and get done, we need still some more money. The whole capital will be $650,000. We are up to $482,700. So we're still missing more than $150,000. Thank you to the banquet. We are in the banquet at the moment until September. So if you have $1 you want to spend, you're welcome, and we will appreciate that. The board also decided this week in the board meeting that we'll set up a calendar for the next year, and we are happy to tell you that we actually will have every single month a little event, like museum, a night at the museum. We will have the tree festival again in December. We will have a Frühlingsfest, what means spring festival, with an idea from Randy Atkins, the leaving principal from the high school, and more. So watch out what's coming. And other thing is we will have a newsletter every quarter, and we will send it out. So if you want one, just let me know.
I see some new faces, so I'll let you know. Each month, the Alva Chamber likes to recognize a chamber member of significance, and this month we are recognizing the Whittett's Country Store. Whittett's Country Store has been in business for 24 years in Alva and was previously in Tacoma for 10 years. So next year we need to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Whittett's Country Store. It's been a family operation. His son Danny, Doug's son Danny, has worked for him for 14 years. Whittett's sponsors and helps events like the Cherokee Thanksgiving dinner, and that's a huge event for that community. And also assists and helps with almost every community event we have here. I know if you're at a school function, you've probably talked with Doug about sponsorship for your event. So today we are honoring Whittett's Country Store as our Chamber Member of the Month.
There was one of them, no flash on this camera. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Does anybody have any community announcements they'd like to make this morning? Any updates?
Alex, if just to give you mentioned the 4th of July events briefly, but there will be a full day of activities on the 4th, starting with a 4K fun run, leaving from the pool area that morning, and we'll have the Kiwanis Club's going to help out do a lot of pool games and stuff with the children. We'll have food all day long, 3 meals on the 4th. Just come and eat. Everything's free that day, with the exception there might be a snow cone stand or two up that's charging for things. But free admission to the pool, free meals, catfish dinner that night. Just lots of events going on all day long for people of all ages, and then we're going to have another pretty amazing fireworks show down at the park. So it's a new venue for us this year. We hope everybody will still come out, but it should be a great show.
Anyone else? Well, thank you guys for coming out this morning, and have a great weekend.